for this annual ceremony, for the shaheeds, for the martyrs of Saragadi battle. And lest we join the Sikh prayer now, and it's my humble request to all the guests, all the Sangat here, when the prayer starts, we all should stand up in respect of the God. And thank you very much. So our priests, they're going to start doing ardas. Thank you everyone.
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਤੁਦੇ ਆਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹਮਾਰੀ ਜੀਓ ਪਿੰਡ ਸਭ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਭ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਕੋਈ ਨਾਉ ਨਾ ਜਾਣੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਸਹਾਏ ਵਾਰ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਸਵੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਸਿਮਰਕੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਲਈ ਧਿਆਏ ਫਿਰੰਤ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਸਹਾਏ ਅਰਜਨ ਹਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦਨ ਸਿਮਰਾਓ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਏ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਧਿਆਈਐ ਜਰਿਠੈ ਸਭ ਖੁਜਾਏ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਿਮਰਿਆ ਘਰ ਨਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਆਵੈ ਧਾਏ ਸਭ ਥਾਈ ਹੋਏ ਸਹਾਇ ਦਸਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਭ ਥਾਈ ਹੋਏ ਸਹਾਇ ਦਸਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੋਤ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਦਰਸ਼ਨਦਾਰ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਪੰਜਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਚਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ 40 ਮੁਕਤਿਆਂ ਹਠੀਆਂ ਜਪੀਆਂ ਤਪੀਆਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਿਆ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਛਕਿਆ ਦੇਖ ਚਲਾਈ ਤੇਗ ਵਾਹੀ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਅਨਠ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਿਨਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਸੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਧਰਮ ਹੇਸੀ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਬੰਦ ਕਟਵਾਏ ਖੋਪੀਆਂ ਹਾਈਆਂ ਰਾਂ ਚਰਵਾਏ ਗਏ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਧਰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਸੁਆਸਾਂ ਨਵਾਹੀ ਤਿਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਪੰਜਾਂ ਤਖਤਾਂ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਪ੍ਰਥਮੈ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਚਿਤਿਆਵੈ ਚਿਤਿਆਵਨ ਕਾ ਸਦਕਾ ਸਰਬ ਸੁਖ ਹੋਵੈ ਜਹਾਂ ਜਹਾਂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤਹਾਂ ਤਹਾਂ ਰਚਿਆ ਰਿਆਇਤ ਦੇਗ ਤੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਵਿਰਧ ਕੀ ਪੈਜ ਪੰਥ ਕੀ ਜੀਤ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਹਾਏ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਬੋਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾਨ ਕੇਸ ਦਾਨ ਵਿਸਾਹ ਦਾਨ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਾਨ ਦਾਨਾ ਸਿਰਦਾਨ ਨਾਮ ਦਾਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਕੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਚੌਂਕੀਆਂ ਝੰਡੇ ਬੁੰਗੇ ਜੁਗੋ ਜੁਗ ਟਲ ਧਰਮ ਕਾ ਜੈਕਾਰ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਨ ਨੀਮਾ ਮਤ ਉੱਚੀ ਮਤ ਪਤਕਾਰ ਆਖਾ ਆਪ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਹੀ ਨਿਮਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਣ ਨਿਤਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਤਾਣ ਨਿਉਟਾਂ ਦੀ ਓੜ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਿਤਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਹਜ਼ੂਰ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਅਸੂਰਾ ਸੋ ਪਹਿਚਾਨੀਏ ਜੋ ਲਰੈ ਦੀਨ ਕੈ ਹੇਤ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਕੱਟ ਮਰਹਿ ਕਹੂ ਨਾ ਛਾਡਾ ਖੇਤ ਦੇ ਮਹਾਂਵਾਕਾਂ ਸੋ ਸਮੂਹ ਵੈਂਸਫੀਲਡ ਦੇ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਸਾਰਾਗੜ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਾਈ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਮੂਹ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਦੀ ਆਰੰਭ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਆਗਿਆ ਬਖਸ਼ੇ ਕਰਨੀ ਸਭ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਬਲ ਉਦਮ ਚੌਕਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਨੀ ਸਰਵਾਦੀਆਂ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀਆਂ ਲਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਰੋ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਆਰੰਭ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਆਗਿਆ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ। ਸਹੀ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮਿਲੋ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਤ੍ਰਿਨਾਮ ਚ ਧਿਆਵੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਣੇ ਸਰਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੋਲੇ Thank you everyone. Now we can take our seats and there will be a performance of Shabad Kirtan from the Holy Scripture. Our priests, they're gonna sing, and I just remember these Bole So Nihal slogans. We should remember this could have happened on 12th of September on the day of Saragadi battle as well. Thank you. Gagan da mama bajya
खेत जुमा देओ सूरमा सूरमा अब जू जन को बाओ पुरजा कट मरै कब न छाड़ खेत कबीर मरता मरता जग मुआ मरनी जो मरै बाउर न मरना होए कबीर जिस मरने ते जग डरा हो कबीर जिस मरने ते जग डरा मेरे मन आनंद मरने ही ते पाइया पूरन परमानंद सूरा सो पै जानिया पुरजा कट मरै कबो न छाड़ खेत वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
forward and she'll read about the brief reading of the Battle of Saragadi. Jasleen Kaur. Thank you.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Jasleen Kaur and I'm here to tell you about the Battle of Saragadi. The Battle of Saragadi took place in 1897 between 21 Sikhs of the 36th Sikh Regiment and 10,000 to 14,000 Afridi and Orkazai tribesmen of the Pathan tribe. This battle was located at the Saragadi outpost, which is now modern-day Pakistan. Although this battle may have been between Afghanistan tribesmen and some of the Sikhs, it was actually between Russia and Britain. Russia was attempting to invade and colonize Afghanistan and the Middle East, whereas Britain was attempting to colonize Eastern Asia and some of the common ground in Central Asia. On the early morning of September 12, 1897, Havaldar Ishar Singh, the leader of the 21 Sikhs, looked through his binoculars to find big numbers of Pathan tribes warriors waiting to strike Saragadi outpost. Sabai Gurmukh Singh, the detachment signal of the regiment, began signalling to Fort Lockhart about the situation. Lieutenant Colonel Horton, who was the commanding officer of the regiment, received their message and got backup troops ready to go to the outpost. Unfortunately, the Pathans had seen this and blocked off all entries and exits for support from Fort Lockhart to the Saragadi outpost. Once Horton realized this, he sent a message, unable to break through. Hold position. The Sikhs instantly agreed to hold their position and flashed back, understood in response. Meanwhile, the Pathans had been planning a massive attack on all points, aiming to confuse the Sikhs and break them into smaller groups. So for every one Sikh, there would be 500 Afghans. Havaldar Ishar Singh yelled the Sikh warrior cry with his troops. Jo bole so nihal! Sri Akal! Whoever utters the following phrase shall be fulfilled. True is the timeless being. After saying this, the tribesmen attack was repulsed by just 21 Sikhs. Soon after, the Sikh soldiers' ammunition began to run out. Out of the 21 Sikhs fighting, only 10 were left. The battle lasted 3 hours, and the Sikhs had fought off 7 charge attempts by the tribesmen. Havaldar Ishar Singh, despite being severely injured by bullets and sabre slashes, managed to lead his men. At 2 p.m., Sapai Gurmukh Singh contacted Fort Lockhart. Low on ammo. Need ammo. Urgently. Horton attempted to send the ammunition to the Sikhs, but there was no way through the Pathans as every entrance and exit was blocked. As the Pathans attacked again, the Sikhs, with less than 10 men now, managed to repel another attack. The tribesmen then resorted to a traditional tactic to set fire to the bushes, so the clouds of smoke rose, covering the fort and making it impossible for the Sikhs to see. Luckily, they were on high ground, so they could see a little, but not very clearly. Horton frantically messaged them, "Enemy approaching, the breach." Havaldar Ishar Singh then ordered 2 of the Sikhs to drag him towards the breach in the fort to buy him some time for the rest of the men. The 3 Sikhs fixed their bayonets and charged towards the tribesmen. With this act, Havaldar Ishar Singh showed the remaining Sikhs the act of true leadership. By the time the fort had been breached, only 5 Sikhs remained alive, 4 in the inner building and Sapai Gurmukh Singh in the signalling tower. The Sikhs still did not give up. Instead, they formed an all-round defensive position and began shooting their bayonets at the tribesmen. At 3:30 p.m., Sapai Gurmukh Singh got permission to leave the signalling tower to fight. He was the last one of the soldiers to become a martyr, and the youngest at the age of 19. The Battle of Saragadi is significantly important in our Sikh community, which is why we commemorate this event every year. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you very much, Jasleen. And I would like to call Dr. Sadhu Singh, our respectable Dr. Sadhu Singh Ji. They can come forward and they will say something to our community from their heart. Thank you.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'd like to first of all thank all the guests, dignitaries, Deputy Mayor, MP, and we got the Chief Superintendent of Police, And with special guest arrived this morning, Mike Reid, on the chair. He was from Scottish Regiment, Queen's Own Highland. So thank you very much for coming along on this special occasion, which happened on 12th of September 1897. 21 Sikhs, they had the opportunity to come out. 10,000 Pathans surrounded, and they decided to defend. They said, we have taken oath, ਜਦੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਹੁੰ ਖਾ ਲੈਣ जब आप की ओद निदान मने अत ही रण में तब जूझ मरो, उदों कदी पिछे नहीं हटते. They were offered that they will not be harmed if they go back, but they said our fight is against English, and they said no, we have taken oath and will fight to the end. And on the other side, Russia, they wanted to capture that part of India. On this side, it was British. So the fight was between Russia and British. And these 36 battalions, 21 Sikhs, they fought to the end. And on their memory, Havaldar, Isha Singh, their leader, Guru Nanak Gurdwara, Wednesfield, 2 years ago, they erected this beautiful statue in their memory. Last year they couldn't hold the anniversary because of COVID, and this year we are here together to pay respect to the people who gave their life to the end. And ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਠਾਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਛੱਡ ਜਾਓ, ਸਾਡੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੈ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੜਦੇ, ਇਹ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਰਾਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਸਿੱਖ ਰਾਜ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਹ ਇਸ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਮੰਡੀ ਸੀ, ਸਾਡੀ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਲੜਨਾ ਹੈ. So ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ. Many thanks for everybody for coming along. And now we'll carry on with the dignitaries. To start off with Deputy Mayor, Councillor Linda Leach. I would like to ask her to come along, say a few words.
I probably are going to repeat the majority of what's just been said, and I'm going to need my glasses, sorry. Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to this very special day in Wednesfield, the home of this wonderful statue. I'm so proud to be standing here today and that we can all come together to celebrate the 2nd anniversary of Surigari. 126 years ago, on the 12th of September, an historic event took place. An event that members of the British Armed Forces, past and present, all around the world, recognise as one of the last and greatest last stands on behalf of the British military history. I am also very proud of all the partnership workings, the Sikh community, organisations, councillors, Wolverhampton City Council, as well as all the communities that came together as one, to be able to raise the funds for this wonderful statue that we see here today. Not only is it a demonstration of how we can all come together as one to benefit the many, but it has also attracted visitors from all over the UK and overseas, including the Gurdwara Sahib, the spiritual leader of the Sikh faith, who travelled from India 2 years ago for the grand unveiling of the statue, and it was watched by a global audience. I feel it is so important that we all recognise the contributions of the Sikh faith and all the British Armed Forces, both past and present, not least the courage that was shown by the 21 very brave men on that historical day in 1897. 12 Sikh soldiers, led by Havaldar Azhar Singh, were attacked by over 12,000 Afghan tribesmen. These soldiers were joined by their cook, a Muslim who refused to leave his comrades. This battle went on until the North Wall was breached, which was apparently 3:30 in the afternoon, many hours after it started. The last man standing was a young soldier named Gurmukh Singh, who sent the following message to Fort Lockhart. All my colleagues have been killed. Permission to leave my post and join my other colleagues. The following message came back. Permission granted. Gurmukh Singh left his post, which was situated in the watchtower, and joined his colleagues in the martyrdom. When the relief column arrived 2 days later, they found 19 Afghan tribesmen around Gurmukh Singh's body, which indicated that he single-handedly killed 19 Afghans. Saragari was retaken 2 days later and never fell into enemy hands again. When this news reached England, each family of every soldier received the following: Indian Order of Merit, Class 111, 500 rupees and 50 acres of farming land. I think you will all agree that this day represents all the human traits of what makes good people into great people. When we look at the history of the Khalsa Army, it couldn't be more benefiting with the events on that fateful day. They are an example to all of us to follow. They displayed service, courage, loyalty and pride. I'm sure you, along with myself, are proud to be here today and to remember those who sacrificed themselves for us. Thank you. Sassi Shakar.
Many thanks, Councillor Linda Leach and also Deputy Mayor. I would like to ask the committee to honour her, please. Good. Bole Sonia. Again, thanks.
Thank you very much.
And now I would like to invite Council Leader, Mr. Simpkins, please.
Can I say that this is my first civic meeting of the community, so I'm very honoured and privileged to be here today. What's important for us to remember with the monument is a display of courage in the face of adversity. This really, it does say a lot about the Sikh community, not just in Wolverhampton but all over the world. What brings us all together today is what should unite us throughout the world, is that sense of community and that bravery in adversity. And it's important that we unite the community as much as possible. It's really important that we do bring each other together in adverse times that we find ourselves in today. What also, with the commemoration, should be a testament for each and every individual to bring peace across the world. That's important, and we should strive to bring peace. And this is a testament to that strife that we all must have internally to bring peace within our own communities, and then we can spread the peace across the world. So it's a pleasure and a privilege to be in the community of Wednesfield, and it's a pleasure and privilege to honour and the recognition of what those soldiers did in that face of adversity, and it's really displayed in that fine monument that we've got there. So thank you very much, and I look forward to working with all communities across Wolverhampton.
Thank you. Mr. Simpkins. They will honour you. Thank you. Bole Sonia Sri Akal. Now the next one I would like to ask our local MP, Jane Stevenson, please.
Thank you very much, and what an honour to come to a service to remember and celebrate the incredible bravery of the martyrs of Saragahi. It is also lovely to have a representative from the Queen's Own Highlanders here today. What I think is so important about the bravery of Saragahi, in martyring themselves, in giving their own lives, they allowed time for other reinforcements to come and save many other lives. So their sacrifice saved their comrades, probably hundreds of them, in other outposts near Saragahi. What these men must have felt as they stood facing an overwhelming enemy, I can't imagine. but their bravery needs to be widely known, widely remembered, and it is an absolute privilege to have such a beautiful monument to this in Wolverhampton North East. I do have a message from 10 Downing Street from our Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. And I hope I don't need my glasses to read this. I am delighted to send a personal message to mark Saragahi Day on the 12th of September, for which there is a service at the bronze statue of the heroic Sikh soldier. I greatly respect all those who serve in our armed forces, and I am especially proud of the Sikh community's vital contributions. Their core values of courage, discipline, respect for others, selfless commitment, to name a few, are deeply appreciated and recognised. I hope this year's ceremony provides an important and poignant opportunity to both reflect and give thanks for the sacrifices our armed forces make to ensure our safety. We should never forget their dedication and selflessness. I am proud to remember and honour all the brave soldiers and martyrs of the Saragahi battle, and to note this important moment in Sikh history. I wish you all the best with the service, Rishi Sunak. And those words from government, I think, are so important, that we celebrate the entire Sikh community today. If I were ever in a fight, I would certainly want Sikhs on my side. This sense of bravery, determination, is what Wolverhampton should celebrate at being home to such a large community. And I'd like to extend my welcome, not just to the Gurdwaras in my constituency, but I know the many Gurdwaras represented here today. Wahaguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Wahaguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Many thanks, Jane. Could you honour her, please? Bole Soneha. Many thanks for the message from our Prime Minister. And Jane should be proud of this monument. Is in her constituency. And this year, okay, we're not doing it in a big scale, but in the future we would like to do it, this sort of celebration, on a bigger scale, just for the purpose of teaching people, teaching our next generation what our elders did. And on behalf of Council of Sikh Gurdwaras this year, I'd like to thank everybody. And the next guest is the Chief Superintendent of Wolverhampton, Richard Fisher.
Good afternoon, everybody. And I don't know how I quite top the Prime Minister sending a statement for the event. I think that says everything about the importance of this event. What I would say is I had the great privilege of being the commander of Wolverhampton 2 years ago when this monument was first unveiled, and showed the importance and the bravery of those Sikh soldiers at that time. And in an organisation that is one which has to make that difficult choice of running to rather than from danger, I have a little bit of insight into how brave and courageous all of those soldiers were. And I think, as has been said by the other honoured guests, it is amazing to see how that all was delivered and the extent to which those 21 soldiers stood up against such a huge army against them. And I think it epitomises the Sikh tradition and religion, but also brings together, as the leader said, the partnerships that we seek to develop here in Wolverhampton, and the importance of all of that coming together to ensure that we make the world a better place. And it was those 21 brave soldiers on that day that contributed towards making the world a better place then, and we continue to do so now. Thank you.
Many thanks, Chief Superintendent. Would you honour it? Thank you very much. And the statement which was made is to make the world a better place to live. That's what we're here for. Multicultural, multi-community. We should respect each other's beliefs, respect each other so we can have a better quality of life. Now the next speaker is from our local charity. Rather than donating to some other charity, we decided to pick our local charity because we are here to stay. And that's Compton Care. Not many people know they had an open day, but not, especially our people, not many people know what they offer. I would like to ask from Compton Care, Vice Chair, first of all, James Mickinson, and then he's got a Vice Chair with her. So would you like to come along, say a few words about what you offer?
Good afternoon. I'm James McKinnon, or to my friends Jim. I'm trustee and vice chairman of Compton Care. Thank you for the invitation today. It's an honour and privilege to be able to pay respect to the 21 brave Sikhs and also to celebrate the anniversary of this occasion. I'd also like to thank the Council of Sikh Gurdwaras for the generous donation of £1,100, which goes to funding Compton. Compton costs 14 million a year. Of 6 million of that is purely clinical, and we rely on 3.2 million from the NHS contracts, but the rest is through generous donations, our shops, our retail, our lottery, legacies in wills, things like that. So 1,100 is a generous contribution. The Compton is open to everybody. Everybody thinks it's just the one side of Wolverhampton. It's not. It's for Wolverhampton, the local community. It's not just about cancer. It's about any end of life palliative care that people need. You don't have to be referred by a clinician. You can be referred by yourself, by the family, and we're not just about the inpatient unit in Compton. We do a lot of work in the community. We have hundreds of people under our care in the community. So we're looking forward to building a stronger relationship with the Asian community, and you can help in many ways. You could be a patient, you could be a volunteer, or you can support our various events and commercial activities. So I've got Jenny Warren here. Jenny is the Associate Director of Nursing, and she'll talk about a couple of our services.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting us today to be here with you. To reiterate what Jim said, really, the importance of your support to running Compton Care. We're really embedded within the community, and we're here for you, ultimately. We can't do it without the donations that come into us, but I wanted to tell you about some of the impact of our services. So a lot of people know we've got an inpatient unit with 18 beds. We've also got a big community team. We see around about 2,500 visits we make a quarter, average to people in the community in their own home. We've got a living well centre, so not just people at the end of their life, but people who have been diagnosed much earlier on in their disease. We've got a care homes team that just go into care homes to look after people in the care homes. We've got bereavement and counselling and holistic therapies and spiritual care teams. So when the patients come to us, they truly get a holistic care from us. Our care home team alone, which we started about October last year, our specialist nurses and paramedics, we've managed to keep around 90% of people where they wanted to be when they died. So that's a massive amount of people supported to die where they wanted to. We look at around 20 people a week are admitted to our inpatient unit, give or take. And some people do die with us, but a lot of people go home to be with their loved ones. And then, our care home team have made about 600 contacts, and that's all within one quarter. So if you times that up throughout the year, we touch a lot of lives and a lot of families, but we can't do it without you. So we're really proud to be part of Wolverhampton, really proud to be part of this community, and we simply wouldn't exist without you. So absolutely, as Jim has said, you can self-refer, you can contact us if you want information, if you just want to talk or you want to ask us any questions. We've got one single number which we're quite happy to share, a single point of access, and we'll always get a nurse or a clinician to call you back to give you some advice. So we're here for you, and use us, because that's what we're here for. We really want to welcome the community into us. I think coming out of COVID, this is really important for us. We've had our doors shut and we haven't allowed people to visit us, so we'd love people to come and see us and spend time with us, which is what happened last week at the open day. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. I would like to ask the committee to present the cheque, please. Sat Sri Akal, Sonihal, So many thanks, both of you from Compton Care, who come along today, and hopefully the community will get to know. We probably will invite you to different Gurdwaras to tell us what you offer, and slowly we build up a better relationship. Thank you very much.
Anybody can visit anytime.
Yeah, Compton Care is on Compton Road. Anybody can visit any time. ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਕੀ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਆ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਲੋੜ ਪੈਣੀ ਆ, ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੀ ਕੀ ਆਫਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਬਜਾਏ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਭਾਰ ਪਾਈਏ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ. Services are free. They, on behalf of Council of Sikh Gurdwaras and Guru Nanak Gurdwara, £1,100 was donated to the charity. Thank you. Thank you. Now I would like to ask Lord Sahota to come along and say a few words.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Guru ki ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, in a time like this, I don't know whether to speak in Punjabi or in English, because we do have a people here does not understand Punjabi. But I'll do 2 minutes in English and then 2 minutes in Punjabi. First of all, my respect to the martyrs of Saranguri. I have always been interested in a Sikh history, and I will tell you more about that. And well done to the community of Wolverhampton for erecting this. And I haven't been here before, but this is the first time I've been here. And when in 1892, the House of Lords and the House of Commons found out about what happened in Saranguri on the 12th of September in 1897, the House of Lords and the House of Commons stood up and gave a standing ovation to the martyrs of Saranguri. That is a history which I looked into it. It's very, very rare that House of Lords and the House of Commons ever stands up and to pay respect to. And Lord Slim, he was a Viscount Slim. He commanded the British Allied Army in Burma in the Second World War. And he said, and I quote, this is Viscount Lord Slim, he said, "You're never disappointed when you are with Sikhs, and I've always been proud of them." He commanded some Sikh regiments during the Second World War in Burma, and I'm proud to say that my Mama ji, my uncle Santokh Singh, served under Viscount Slim at that time. What we are here is saying is that the Sikhs, they were always very, very loyal to the British Army, and they fought well wherever it was, whether it was in the Somes in the First World War or in the Second World War or in 1897. And my grandfather, Hira Singh, his brother Lav Singh and my Nana Ji, they all fought in the First World War. And so this is the British Army, and the British owes a great deal to the Sikhs for their loyalty over the years from 1859 onward. And now I'm going to go do a little Punjabi. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ 1843 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਰਣਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਲੜਕਾ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਰਾਜ ਤੇ ਸੀਗਾ, ਲਾਹੌਰ ਦੇ ਰਾਜ ਤੇ ਸੀਗਾ, ਅਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਫਗਾਨਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਅਫਗਾਨੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਨੂੰ 1843 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹਿਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਾ ਕੇ। ਜਿਸ ਵਕਤ ਰਾਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਅਫਗਾਨੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ 14,000 ਨੂੰ। ਪਰ ਕੁਝ 250 ਕਿਲਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸੀਗੇ, ਪਰ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਆਰਮੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਸੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ, ਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ 2.5 ਸਾਲ ਉਸਨੇ ਰਾਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ। ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਨਰੀ ਲਾਰੈਂਸ ਨੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਿਰਫ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੀ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਫਗਾਨੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਤ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੋ, ਸਾਡੇ 250-300 ਬੁੜੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਕਿਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਢਾ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਵੋ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਸਿਰਫ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੀ ਅਫਗਾਨਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿੱਤ ਸਕਦੇ। ਅਤੇ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਰਮੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਸ਼ਾਵਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਲਾਬ ਸਿੰਘ ਮੇਰਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਨਰਲ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਹੋ ਜਾ ਕੇ। ਉਹ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈਨਰੀ ਲਾਰੈਂਸ, ਔਰ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ ਉੱਥੋਂ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਜੀਂਦੇ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਓਨਲੀ the Sikhs can beat the Afghans. So this is the end of my little story. And as you know, Saragari is one of the great battles. Yes, the Sikhs lost, but then but they have never ever died. We always remember them. I have always respected them. I am interested in Sikh history. Finally, there is a lot to recover and a lot to discover about the Sikh history. There are papers lying in Lahore, in Delhi, and in the British archives everywhere. All the youngsters in this country who wants to do PhD or MA or whatever in the Sikh histories, there's a great deal of papers to be looked into, and have a look and do your studies in there. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Sri Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Bole Sonia. Many thanks, Lord Sota. I would like to ask them honour Mr. Mike Brood, Scottish Regiment. He has come all the way to pay respect. Bole Sonia. Thank you very much.
So I would like to call now Greg Bickridge, our councillor, only for a couple of minutes, 1 minute maybe, or just with a shortage of time now, to be honest, because our Gatka team is really ready for their performance. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. And thank you to the Secretary. You must know me too well. I will keep it to a minute as best I can. It's always an honour. I've been representing Wednesfield for many, many years now. First got elected to the council in 1996. What I have found is that this multicultural community with over 1,600 Sikh residents now has always been very tight and very close. I see on a daily basis what the Sikh people do for our community, and it is demonstrative of the bravery, the courage, the dignity, the respect of those 21 soldiers there. Selfless service, giving themselves to the community. I'm a veteran myself, a former Royal Marine. I then went on to join the fire service. I've been in some dangerous and sometimes difficult circumstances, but anybody will tell you, from the police here today, from the military, what those men did, they knew what they faced, and they did not flinch. They stood firm and protected the people they'd sworn to protect. We must never forget the sacrifice. Greater love had no one than those who lay down the life for the friends. I am here today to ensure that not just today but forevermore, those people will never be forgotten. We will remember them. Thank you.
Greg, thank you, Greg. Come, you're going to have Sropa as well. Bole so nihal, so Sri Akal. We've got a couple of speeches more. I would like to invite our Councillor Prapinder Singh Akal. Please come forward to the mic. Thank you, sir.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Firstly, we've all paid our respects, and rightfully so, to the brave men, 21 Sikh soldiers of the 36th Sikh Regiment who stood their ground on that day, the 12th of September 1897, and the whole world has known them ever since, and rightfully so. But we mustn't forget the brave cook who stood with them as well, who refused point blank to leave his colleagues. He could have had time, he could have left, but he didn't. His words was, I've served with you, I've cooked with you, I will die with you. And so he did. But people like that never die, they live on forever and ever in eternity. I want to thank everybody here today who arrived. I want to thank the Labour Council of Wolverhampton who made this happen, because without their help and support this would not have happened. I want to thank our leader, Councillor Simpkins, Deputy Mayor. But there's one person I want to thank who's sadly not with us today, and that's our previous leader, Councillor Ian Brookfield, who was, my words, a giant amongst men. Because when I went to the late leader and said, Leader, I've got this vision, I've got this dream, I want to put Wednesfield on the world map, he believed in me and he supported me, and the Labour group supported me. And I thank our leader and the Labour group for everything they've done, and for hopefully many years to come. And also I want to thank the congregation of Wednesfield, the Sangat, who came together and worked together and made this happen. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Bole so nihal, so Sri Akal. Dhanwad ji. I would like to request our other guests, they are here from different Gurdwaras. They will come here and Panj Pyare, the Singhs, they will give them sropaus. I would like to call Sardar Johol Sahib ji, जो कि सैजली स्ट्रीट गुरुद्वारा साहब तो आए ने, स्टेज तक आ जान. इसी तरह सरदार तरसेम सिंह जी जो सैजली स्ट्रीट गुरुद्वारा साहब तो आए ने, वो स्टेज ते आ जान, आप जी नूं सरोपा दी बख्शिश की जानी है. तो इसी तरह मैं बेनती करा सरदार बलराज सिंह जी कैनिक रोड गुरुद्वारा साहब तो वो भी स्टेज ते आ जान, आप जी नूं सरोपा दी बख्शिश करनी है जी. तो असीं खिमा मंगते हैं, समय की घाट करके ज़्यादा बुलारे नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि आप गतका वी गोना सी द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ गतका, द सिख मार्शल आर्ट. थैंक यू जी. मैं बेनती करा डॉक्टर भगवान सिंह जी जौहल, आप भी आ जाओ जी. Thank you very much for the support from all sides, from the political leaders and from different charities. They are here, and our deputy mayor and our local MP. Thank you very much again. Aao ji. Thank you, sir. So Nihal, Sot Sri Akal. We will like Dr. Sadhu Singh ji come forward, so they will get sropa. बोले सो निहाल सोत श्री अकाल. रमेश शर्मा जी बेनती है कि आप आ जाओ स्टेज तक जी. धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सारिया कम्यूनिटियां दा अगेन. बोले सो निहाल सोत श्री अकाल. थैंक यू जी सारियां दा आउण लई. इसे तरह परमात्मा की अरदास करते हैं. वी प्रे. हाँ जी अमरीक सिंह जी तुसीं भी आओ जी सिख काउंसिल वालों. धन्यवाद जी. तो असीं इहो ही अकाल पुरख अगे अरदास करते हैं कि समागम जिहड़ा नैशनल लैवल का बने अगले साल. Bole so nihal, so Sri Akal. So we're gonna give you Sropa as well. Thanks. So we really feel sorry we didn't have much time for all the speakers. Bole so Sri Akal. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜੀ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵਿਲਨ ਹਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਰੋਪਾ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਊਗੀ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਗੱਤਕਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਮਾਰਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਟ ਦਾ ਪਰਫਾਰਮੈਂਸ ਆਫ ਗੱਤਕਾ we like to request please stay here and watch their performance. It is the symbol of Deg Deg Fateh. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਇਹ ਜੋ ਇੱਕ ਯਾਦਗਾਰ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਨੂਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਇੱਕ ਇਹ ਗਿਲਾ ਵੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਮੁਲਕ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਯਾਦਗਾਰਾਂ ਲੰਡਨ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ ਹਨ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਮੁਲਕ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ, ਦੂਜੀ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੰਗਾਂ ਜਿੱਤੀਆਂ, ਲੜਾਈਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਰਮਨ ਨਾਲ ਲੜੇ। ਇਸ ਯੂਰਪ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਖਾਤਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਢੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਢਾ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਖੜੇ, ਪਰ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਯਾਦਗਾਰਾਂ ਲੰਡਨ ਵਰਗੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ ਹਨ। ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੇ, ਵੈਂਸਫੀਲਡ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੇ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਪੈਨੀ ਪੈਨੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੌਲੀ ਕੌਲੀ ਆਟਾ ਲੰਗਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇਹ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਕੁਝ ਕਾਉਂਸਲ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਨੂਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਣਿਆ। ਅੱਜ ਉਸ ਮੋਨੂਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਯਾਦ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਸਤੰਬਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜੋ ਕਿ 12 ਸਤੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦਗਾਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਐਤਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਦਿਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਨਾਈ ਗਈ। ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ। ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਜੋ ਗੱਤਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਜ਼ਾਰੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਹਨ, ਆਪਣੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਕੌਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬੁੱਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਮੋਨੂਮੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਕੌਣ ਹਨ, ਕਿਸ ਦਾ ਬੁੱਤ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੈ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮੁਲਕ ਲਈ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਯਾਦਗਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੌਕਿਆਂ 'ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਿਆ ਕਰੀਏ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਕੈਮਰੇ ਦੀ ਅੱਖ ਤੋਂ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜਦੇ ਹੋ, ਸਿੱਖ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਜੋ ਘਟਨਾਵਾਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਫਿਰ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ।